Hey, what is up, YouTube? Matthew back here again with another video. I know it's been a while, but I'm excited to dive in. I'm sure if you're looking down below at the title, you're going, what? What? So let's dive in. So first off, I want to start with, like, for those of you guys that have subscribed and that have watched all the videos, like, you know that since video number one, like, my top priority was to always be 100% honest, 100% transparent, 100% me in all of these videos, just because, I don't know, I think that's important. So even though this is kind of like a weird video to post, and it's kind of a tough one for me to like mull through, like, I still wanted to share it with you guys. So I took about 3 months time leading up to making the decision to join a coding bootcamp. And in those 3 months, outside of a full-time job, I was putting in probably, I don't know, I'd say between like 3 to 6 hours a day coding on the weekends, stuff like that. I was really immersed in it. I was learning a ton. I felt honestly like I was really really enjoying what I was doing, and I felt just like a peace about the decision and about the craft and stuff like that. And so putting in all of those hours is what kind of, I guess, ultimately pushed me to make the decision to join a coding bootcamp. All of that to say, there's a couple of pieces. First off, for about 6.5 years before, so what I was doing before the coding bootcamp, I was working in a customer-facing Fortune 500 company. So part of the allure of coding was, oh my gosh, you're kidding me! Like, I don't have to deal with client after client after client, or customer after customer, and like, I can just pop in headphones and I can just type and just build and create. I'm going like this down here, you just can't see it. And that sounded really attractive to me, and there's aspects to it that still sound really, really attractive to me. All of that to say, what I found personally for me, this is me again, this is me just being honest with you guys with where I'm at. Once I was fully immersed into just a coding environment, where it's like, hey, 12, 14, 16 hours a day you're coding, which I totally understand that may not be a normal workload for somebody who's doing software engineering or web development. But for me, once I started to realize that, like, I know this sounds really dumb, but it's a very real thing to face. Once you realize that like, your day is spent sitting in front of a computer and writing lines of code. Again, I know this is like the dumbest, most simple dots that I didn't connect. But again, I'm going, I don't have to work with people all the time. I can listen to music, I can just code, I can build, I can create. So those were all the blocks, and it made sense. But for me, what I found, once I removed interactions with people, once I removed meeting new people, having a chance to like influence people or hear people's stories or talk with people or build relationships, for me, that was something that I did not even realize that I would miss this much. So I thought about the decision a lot. There was a lot of me that even thought about, hey, like, you've got the money into it, you're halfway through, like, just push through. It's going to be a good career. There's going to be really great stability. You could, even land a job, and you could just hold down that job until you figure out the thing that you want to do next in life. I mean, there's a lot of different ways that I could go, but ultimately where I ended up was, I didn't want like just a Band-Aid on what I ultimately wanted to do. And I know that that if I would have landed a job in software development or web development, that I could have done it for a while, and I probably would have started with just the intention of only staying with the company for a year or two until I get back on my feet and until I figure out what I really want to do. But then I know that life has a funny way of turning into a treadmill, and then you buy a car, you move into a new place, you relocate to a different city, and like suddenly this is your life, and that's the profession that you've chosen. And I know that's very black and white, but at the same time you have to think, and I believe we've talked about this in past videos, if you're making a decision to go to a coding boot camp, or if you already have, or if you're in a position like me, you're in a place in your life where you've already stepped off of the treadmill. Meaning, I had the money budgeted to support myself for a year outside of the coding boot camp. I had the money budgeted for the cost of the coding boot camp. I kind of had all my ducks in a row. I minimized all of my finances because I didn't know when I was going to be employed again. So I got like a ton of things paid down. So it's like I'm in bare minimum survival mode right now, but I'm totally off the treadmill of life. Meaning that it's like if I just want to take a couple months to just figure out what I want to do, I can do that. So all that to say that this is where it gets interesting. So I jumped out of the coding school, jumped out of the coding boot camp. They're very gracious. It was quite difficult. It was probably about a 30-day process to get a hold of them and get a refund. That's kind of like my only, I don't want to say complaint, but my only gripe leaving the school that I did is that it took, for how small of a school it was very difficult to get a hold of people. It's my understanding that some people are being let go right now, and that maybe they're going through some changes as a business. But ultimately, and I'm not sure if it was because of how much time it took for them to get back to me, but they were very, very gracious, and they ended up refunding me about 90% of my money. So I feel like beyond blessed that was the outcome to my situation, because I was about 5 days past the mark where they were going to keep 50% of my money. So that was kind of like confirmation for me that this was the right decision for me to make right now in life. All that to say, this is a really weird feeling to be in your mid to late 20s, and to think that you have an entirely new career figured out, that you have yourself figured out, that you have the next step in life figured out, and to just realize that maybe that's not what you want to do. It's also a really weird feeling to, like I said, to just kind of like step off, to just have time, to not just have like a weekend or a 7-day vacation or a 2-week vacation, but to just be like, dude, if you want to take 3 months, 4 months, 5 months just to figure out what you're about, do it. All that to say, I have no regrets about the decision. I still endorse coding boot camps. I think they're a great way to go. I think my advice would be, as much as you can, immerse yourself into it. Do it before you make that decision. I know in a lot of the comments that I've gotten from you guys, I feel like I've really, really stressed maximize online resources. Like before you even start looking at $13, $14, $15, $20,000 for a coding school, like pay $20 for some online courses and maximize them, because I feel like you'll learn a lot about yourself in that time. And what you're capable of and what you enjoy doing, and if that is something that you really want to go down. For me, this has actually been a really beautiful process, because I'm a perfectionist. I struggle with being like prideful and stuff like that. And so for me, I told everybody in my life, hey, I'm going to be a software engineer. This is what I'm doing. This, these are my year goals from now. This is the car that I want to buy. This is the place I want to live at, all this stuff. And so for me, it's been a really beautiful time in life where I've had to like back up and just have conversations with a lot of people of just like, hey, like actually, like I think I made the wrong decision. I'm still kind of trying to figure out what I want to do with my life next, which is okay. Which is totally okay. And to realize that it's okay to make mistakes is worth the money that I lost alone. And again, I know that maybe to 90% of you guys out there, that may sound like the dumbest thing to say, but for the people that that does stick with, like it really sticks. Um, so I just want to end with just a couple of things. First off, I just want to say everybody that's subscribed, everybody that has commented and like interacted or emailed or anything like that, it has seriously been so awesome talking to you guys. Like I've loved it. Like that's another piece that has made me go, I want to focus more on people and relationships, building relationships. It's been a catalyst that's helped me realize that that's something that I like to do. Thank you for subscribing. This channel is going to keep going. I don't know the direction that it's going to go because obviously it's been coding related. I have a couple pretty wild ideas, art related, community related, stuff like that. So please, like, I mean, I know it sounds dumb, but no hard feelings. If you unsubscribe, no big deal, man. Like, I totally get it. This is just the beginning of this channel, though. Like, I have a bunch of directions that I want to take it. If you guys do have any questions, if you want like more details, if you want to talk through this with me, like, feel free to email me. Feel free to comment down below. Like, let's talk about it. Again, my promise on this channel is to always be honest. It's always just to be 100% authentic and 100% me. So I just wanted to take a moment to share this with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna go figure out what I want to do with my life. If you guys have any ideas, if you want to chat, if you want to get some ideas going together, why not? That's what the internet's for, right? That's what social media is for. So I'll catch you guys soon. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking the time to comment and talk a little bit. So hope you have a good day, and I'll talk to you guys soon.